and welcome to Inside Edition, where we discuss national, regional and international issues in depth. Since its establishment in 2014, Nusselt Vocational Training Center in Bahrain has been considered a unique educational institution here in the kingdom that provides distinguished training courses that qualify students and equip them with all professional skills required to local labor market according to the highest international standards, which are applied through advanced strategies and long-term objectives of excellence. To know more about the center's role and achievements, we are pleased to be joined by industry partnership consultant Ms. Aisha Mohammed Bouqais right after this.
Nusselt Vocational Training Center was established by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa by Royal Decree number 37 for the year 2014. It is governed by a Board of Trustees by Royal Decree number 51 for the year 2014 that is chaired by His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa and includes renowned industry and community leaders. The establishment of NVTC reflects the sincere interest in providing quality education to Bahraini nationals and being a standard of leadership for all of the Kingdom of Bahrain. NVTC addresses the need for national youth to be trained in technical and vocational fields. NVTC's values include excellence, integrity, respect, teamwork, and innovation. NVTC's program is specifically designed to international industry and business standards. This is to ensure that NVTC graduates are employable and ready to meet the requirements of local and international commercial organizations. Its vision to be the leading provider of skilled Bahraini nationals for the local market with a mission to empower Bahrainis with the competencies needed to contribute to Bahrain's future development through workplace-focused, lifelong technical and vocational education and training. Students graduate from the center with a higher school certificate, technical certificates through ECITB, and a level of English proficiency to help enable them to work completely in an English-speaking environment. Nusselt Vocational Training Center is licensed by the Government of the Kingdom of Bahrain, accredited by the Ministry of Education, and our programs and courses are approved by the Engineering Construction Industry Training Board, ECITB. NVTC is a chance for the young to complete their education and obtain professional training simultaneously. This will qualify them to take part in developing vocational and technological plans and programs for entities around Bahrain and the opportunity to study further at university level. The educational edifice, Nusselt Rehabilitation and Vocational Training Center, mirrors utmost keenness of Bahrain leadership to rehabilitate and train Bahraini youngsters vocationally to meet the needs of economic growth and the labor market's demand for trained and well-qualified competencies.
Welcome back. Joining me here in the studio is NVTC's Industry Partnership Consultant, Ms. Aisha Mohammed Bouqais. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you, Sarah.
Nusselt Vocational Training Center has been established since 2014. It has been a vital educational institution or institute here in the kingdom with ambitious visions and missions. Everything that Nusselt Vocational Center has strived for since that, we've seen improvements year over year. The students have become a very vital part of the labor market. What can you tell us about the establishment and the main goals and values it has?
Nusselt Vocational Training Center was established in 2014 by His Majesty Sheikh Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, our King, and the Royal Decree number 37. We offer an advanced technical education system specialized in vocational training to build a qualified and skilled Bahraini technical workforce using the highest international standards. We also aim to make an effective contribution in developing the labor market in the Kingdom of Bahrain.
That's amazing. Nusselt Vocational Training Center is one of the projects that basically reflects the wise vision of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the constant support that is provided by His Majesty, the King's representative for humanitarian work and youth affairs, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, towards developing and empowering specifically the Bahraini youth. What can you tell us about the center's role in this regard specifically?
Certainly. Nusselt Vocational Training Center, or NVTC, plays an essential role in supporting the young Bahrainis or the young Bahraini citizens who have an interest in technical studies. The main objectives of our training program is to empower the Bahraini youth with the necessary vocational skills needed for employability and lifelong learning. And this can prepare them to contribute effectively to the social and economic development of the Kingdom of Bahrain.
When we talk about vocational training, I mean, it is not a new concept to our region, but it's probably newer than other countries. Can you explain us a little bit about what types of training they get? What is vocational training specifically?
Briefly speaking, we are delivering two types of training programs at the moment. The technical education program and the vocational training program that targets students between 14 to 16 years old who would like to complete their technical school studies in industrial sectors. And in addition, we have short courses that are designed and tailored based on the company's requirement. And the target age group is 18 years old and above. The duration of technical education program and the vocational training program is 3 years. That will carry students through grades 10, 11 and 12. And the technical education program has more intensive academic subjects such as mathematics, physics, chemistry, which is the most essential subjects for academic, for technical and engineering specialization. While the vocational training offers an alternative learning pathway that focuses on applied learning methods or hands-on learning. In both programs, the students in the second year have to choose one out of 4 specializations. The specialization are mechanical maintenance, electrical maintenance, artificial intelligence, and the AWS, the Amazon Web Services.
Beautiful.
By the end of this program, the students will graduate with a high school certificate, which is accredited by the Ministry of Education, and an IELTS from British Council, which is compulsory for the technical education program and optional for the vocational training. And also they will have 3 certificates from the Engineering Construction Industry Training Board from ECITB from UK. These certificates are International Competence Engineering, IC Level 2, Advanced Health and Safety Passport, and an international diploma in their specializations. For our short courses, we've started to tailor our design a short courses program for job seekers and existing employees in different sectors. For example, we are delivering a summer welding course, an AutoCAD, a technical drawing, and actually recently we are one of the companies that we are currently support is Elba. At present 9 employees from Elba is attending an ECITB mechanical maintenance course. And we are in the process of expanding our client base in the future.
That's amazing. I mean, when you talk about the different specialized programs that you have, me, having lived in Bahrain for a very long time, I see it really does fit in with Bahrain's industrial, what Bahrain is going towards. I mean, the Amazon Web Services has been launched in Bahrain, one of the first within the region, as well as you mentioned Alba. What other local institutions do you cooperate with to provide with the labor that they need?
We actually collaborating with different local and international institutions, such as industrial companies, ministries, and other universities as well. And to be more specific, one of our NVTC strategic goal is to close the gap between the learning outcome and industry need.
Right.
And to do this, it's very important for NVTC to expand or create a long-term strategic industrial partnership with different institutions. And the main goals of creating this strategic industrial partnership are to collaborate and to exchange information on research projects related to vocational training and technology. Recently, we have signed a different memorandum of understanding, such as we've signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Artificial Intelligence, Digital Economy and Remote Work Applications in UAE. And we've signed a memorandum of understanding with different industrial companies and universities inside Bahrain to support us with our Artificial Intelligence Center.
That's amazing.
And also to create or provide work placement and job opportunities for our students. For example, we have 45% of our overall graduates from 2017 to 2020 have been enrolled in a Babco Academy. And also to provide scholarships for our students. We would like to thank the Ministry of Education UAE for offering 8 scholarships this year for our students in the High Technology College and the University of Emirates.
That's beautiful. So we talked about the programs, the students. What can you tell us about the admission criteria that you have for your students?
Yeah, for the technical education and the vocational training program, the student must be Bahraini citizen. They have to pass a grade 9 successfully, and they have to pass entry exam in English, mathematics, and personal interview. And as I mentioned before, they have to be between 14 to 16 years old. And for the short courses, the applicants must be a Bahraini citizen as well, must have a grade 9 certificate at least, and must be able to communicate clearly in English. And for more information about our training program and the admission criteria, our viewers can visit our website at www.nvtc.edu.bh.
Definitely, we'll be providing all of the social media as well as website information. From your point of view, what is the importance of vocational training? How do you see a bright future for it here in the kingdom?
Certainly, definitely. Vocational education is very important to improve the well-being of youth and the communities.
Right.
It can increase productivity, empower the citizen, the Bahraini citizen, to become more self-reliant and stimulates entrepreneurship. It can even lead Bahrain into a digital future. It can increase the employment rate and fend off skills shortages and certainly can boost our economy.
Right. How does the center contribute to achieving the National 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs?
Speaking from an educational perspective, NVTC ensures equal access for all men and women to afford high quality training, vocational training program. In addition, we are working on increasing the number of Bahraini citizens who can have relevant vocational skills to help them have a decent job and prepare them, as well as preparing them for the future of the labor market demands.
Right. Can you elaborate on how you tackle the SDGs, the national SDGs?
Actually, at the moment, we are working on one of our projects. We are in the process of establishing NASA Artificial Intelligence Center, which is one of our sustainable development projects. And this project consolidates all the research, innovation, and development related in the area of artificial intelligence, in order to create or provide solutions to the operational system to companies and other universities as well.
That's great.
And we are aiming to expand in the region as well.
Definitely. In performing its duties, Nusselt Vocational Training Center deals with several local and international institutions. We've mentioned some of them.
Yeah.
How do you value this kind of cooperation? How does it contribute positively to achieving the aspired goals that the center has set forth?
One of NVTC's strategic goal is to close the gap between the learning outcome and the industry market demands. And to do this, it's very important for NVTC to expand its network, to create a long-term strategic industrial partnership with different institutions such as universities, industrial companies, and ministries. The main goals of our strategic industrial partnership are to collaborate and on research and exchange information and research projects related to vocational education and technology. Recently, we've signed different memorandum of understanding with different entities, such as the Minister for Artificial Intelligence of the Minister for Artificial Intelligence, Digital Economy and Remote Work application in the UAE, and with different local Bahrainis, companies and universities to support us with our Artificial Intelligence Center. In addition, to provide a work placement opportunity and work placement and job opportunities for our students. For example, we have 49% of our graduates from 2017 to 2020 who have been enrolled in Babco Academy.
Beautiful.
Also to provide scholarships for our students. We'd like to thank the Ministry of Education in the UAE for offering 8 scholarships for our students in the High Technology College and the University of Emirates.
Beautiful. In utilizing technology and using computer devices are the pillars of the center's training courses. What can you tell us about that part?
Yeah, our curriculums are delivered in using an advanced e-learning system that meets an international standards. An iPad is provided for every teachers and students, and they are utilizing it every day, and it's instrumental in the program delivery. That's why we didn't face lots of challenges at delivering our academic subjects online during COVID-19, because all our staff were trained for this since 2014.
You're really prepared.
Exactly. So that's why we are stating in our slogan that we are building the future today, because we're always preparing ourselves for the future.
That's amazing.
In addition, we have succeeded at converting the on-job training program into 100% virtual platform, dealing with 6 different companies such as GPIC, Alba, Asri, Babco, NASA Bahrain, and Ibrahim Khalil Kano. And this program allows students to interact with different experts from different sectors while they are save at home,
right.
to enable them to expand the knowledge on how their specialization can be utilized in different sectors.
Perfect, and also be part of the local market that they're going to enter in the future. Well, modern means of social media really facilitate direct communication with target audiences, especially during the current health circumstances. You touched on that topic a little bit. How does Nusselt Vocational Training Center make use of the social media means?
Yeah, we've been using our social media platform to encourage our students and staff to stick with the rules and regulation of the public awareness campaign to combat coronavirus. And recently, the majority of our NVTC staff and students are vaccinated. We have reduced the working hours for NVTC staff and reduced 70% of our students' attendance during the school days.
Okay, all right. So you guys basically adapted to the current pandemic, and it hasn't affected the education in any kind of way or capacity.
Yes, certainly. We didn't actually face a lot of challenges.
That's amazing. Well, students and career counseling are very special and useful services provided at the center. Can you tell us about the importance and what are the outcomes that you expect from it?
Career counseling services is very important to identify the students' best fit employment goals that match with the interests, skills, as well as the industry need.
Right.
For the technical education program and the vocational training program, in the first year, the students will gain general information or knowledge about different specializations. In the second year, the students have to choose one specialization based on their preference. And in the third year, the students must attend an on-job training program that allow them to gain more insights into the requirement of the real work environment. In addition, we promote the best employment opportunity through an industrial sponsorship program, and this program allows companies to receive the right employees who have been trained and tailored with a specific vocational skills based on the company's requirement. We also arrange universities events that helps the students after graduation plan. After the graduation, the students can study at the university or become an employee or an entrepreneur.
I mean, I love the fact how there is a continuation for the students. They don't feel like they graduate and then they're there to fend for themselves. They actually have the ability to seek for guidance or information from the center. I love that. That's beautiful. After years of dedicated efforts, how does Nusselt Vocational Training Center assess its constant success?
Yeah, one of the most important KPI is to keep our employment rate of our graduates as low as possible. From 2017 to 2020, almost 60% of our graduates are currently studying at the university for their bachelor's degree inside and outside Bahrain. And the majority of them are specialized in engineering and IT. 30% of them are currently working in different sectors, such as the PDF, the Ministry of Interior, and different industrial companies. And the overall of our employment rate is 10%, and we're still working at decreasing this number by providing our graduates, unemployed graduates, a training program that help them to keep them up to date to the market demand and assist them with employment opportunities.
That number is actually pretty low, keeping in mind that there is a pandemic going around. There are so many opportunities, different opportunities. The world is changing when it comes to the vocational side of things. But That's great. What are the future plans and upcoming projects that are being prepared by the Nusselt Vocational Training Center?
Yeah, His Highness Sheikh Nasser directed to the importance of continuing to work within the vision of His Majesty, the King, and to implement His Majesty directives to continue to complete the path of success that the center has been achieved since establishment, with a new ambitious vision to transform this important scientific edifice into a developed scientific city that serves as a compass to all of those who are interested in the field of industry and technology. We are currently working on 2 future projects, which will be a part of our developed scientific city.
Right.
These projects are Sheikh Nasser Artificial Intelligence Center and the robotics workshops that will be designed based on the vocational training demands in the future.
That's beautiful. At the end, I mean, there's so much to talk about when it comes to Nusselt Vocational Training Center and all of the services that it's providing. Is there anything that you want to add here at the end for your prospective students in the future?
We would like actually to encourage all Bahraini citizens or Bahraini youth who have an interest in technical studies to come and sign and enroll in our center to build their future.
Yes. And I've taken a look at the social media information that's available about Nusselt Vocational Training Center. It really covers all aspects, the way to enroll, what kind of projects you have, what kind of programs you have. Thank you so much for being with us today and for explaining all of this to us. We hope that we can have some kind of update on these programs in the future. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Sarah.
And we'd like to thank you, dear viewers, for watching us, and we'll see you next week in another episode of Inside Edition.